Well, hello everybody, and welcome to a challenge run here in Terracards. I'm the Harbinger, and you might know me as the guy that challenged himself to get to day 1000 and did it. So now I'm looking for a new challenge. Today we are going to get to the windscreen without placing animals and without placing buildings. Yes, no cows, no or popcorn, no Easter bunny, not even the well, fence or cows you are starting with. Rabbits? No! Water chickens? Nope! Not even a user to turn the carrots into useless carrot use. Impossible, you might say, but no, there should be ways for us to do this. So the drawback is obviously that we get no well and therefore no water to start with. And then when we plant our crops, they will wither and die after a few days, just a minor inconvenience. A secondary drawback is that every time we pick up a structure or an animal, they are polluting our deck with cards we are not allowed to play. So if we accidentally play them, the run is over. Finito. Done. So we should try to keep those to the minimum. So how do we win the game if we cannot get water from structures and animals, you might ask? Well, there is the glorious water tree that is producing water dependent on how much production there is on the island. We need to pick up one of those and survive the upcoming taxes, and it should be home free, and we can plant corn, sunflowers and other crops that produce high yields for little water. Now, there is only a slight issue with that plan, and that is that I think I have never yet to see any water trees before day 10. You know, when we are supposed to be paying the first load of taxes. So we need something to get us past there first, and that is where these boys come in handy. The fuel peanuts. They consume fuel, but they also produce more fuel, and they actually come with some peanuts to boot. So if we can get to place enough of these that we can pass the first taxes, we should have a shot at the water trees, and we should have a shot at win. Now let us speed up a little bit, because making the stars align could take a while. While waiting for that, we can talk some about positives about placing no structures and no animals, and that is that there is no upkeep to be paid every day. Doing a challenge run like this really puts into perspective how much extra money you actually pay in upkeep in the early game compared to how much taxes you have to pay. And yeah, that has been an eye-opener. So luck be having it, at attempt number 10 or 11, we are lucky enough to pick up some fuel peanuts at the second and at the third opportunity. More so, we are managing to place them out and producing just enough to scrape by and pay the taxes. Great! Now we are just looking for a water tree and more of these fuel peanut boys, and we should be cashing in our windscreen. Just waiting to pick them up, anytime now. The next taxes are getting uncomfortably near. We barely made that taxes. I need some luck soon, or I will have to do something drastic. No, wait, me! What are you doing? The beans won't help. They will only make things worse. No! I guess that run was doomed anyway. Now, on a more serious note, we are now at attempt number 13 or 14, where I was lucky enough to not only pick up plenty of peanuts, but I also get to place tons of them early enough that I was beginning to pick up some serious money. Now, everything I needed to fulfill my plan was a water tree, and lo and behold, my prayers were answered. From here on, we have water, and we can now build almost anything we want out of the crops, and we now only have to amass enough money to pay the taxes at every step of the way until day 200. Oh yeah, and we have to not accidentally place structures. There's also that imminent threat that could end the run at any time. Now, as the rest of the video footage is, as always, a bit long, I have sped it up for your convenience. As all buildings have upkeep tied to them, as far as I can remember at least, you can see in the upkeep corner if there are any buildings placed on the island. As of 1.2.5, there are no ways to remove buildings, even though it's one of the most requested features in the forum, so it should be a permanent scar as proof of any misdemeanors. The footage is now for the next few minutes, mostly me improving the farm by adding more crops and, yeah, crops. I explore some of the combos that I have not been utilizing as much before, like the sunflower and the blue wheat interaction. I put up some cornfields and I try to explore the actual usages of the beans. Turns out they do not help to increase fuel production, but they do help make a mean carrot farm if you are restricting yourself to not using rabbits or gnomes or water tanks or any of the actual good cards for that kind of thing. Now you probably noticed me getting the fuel grapes, as they are one of the few essences that really help out a crops only run to survive into day 200, as most of the essences I think are animal focused, so getting this one and the production bonus from having a single tree on every island is pretty lucky for the first two essences. Now I only need to find some grapes before we die, and we should be good. And yeah, we get the grapes as ordered, and don't you think we get to pick up the bonus production essence for peanuts as well? Peanuts are the best source we have for fuel, and they are what's going to take our grapes to the insane levels we need them to be to win. And I don't know what to say, I could not have scripted crops only run better than what I am experiencing here. Next, we pick up the tropical soil, another massive boost which adds 12 value to all the crops we are producing. Bear in mind, most of our stuff is worth in the range 1 to 3 since we cannot process them, so we are basically quintupling our income for these turns. Last turn we earned 50,000 and this turn we earn 375,000, so yeah, we are septupling our income actually. Okay, this run is now kind of basically running itself. We have a massive income. We already have the 5 millions we need to pay the day 200 taxes. So we can basically already now call to win. All we need is to not place any buildings and get to day 200. What do you think about challenge runs like this? Do you find them interesting, or would you rather see guides or other content? Let me know in the comments below what you would like to see in the future, and I will keep that in mind when I work on future content. Meanwhile, we are racing towards the finish line at day 200 with ever-increasing income. Also picking up the essence that gives additional crop production if there are no animals on the farm is just icing on the cake for this run. If you like the content I put out, feel free to let me know by liking my videos or subscribing to my channel. And as I said earlier, if you have suggestions for what you want to see in the future, feel free to drop a comment about that. Anyway, here we are at day 200, no buildings placed, no animals farmed, no problem, it was doable, and now it is done. Harbinger out.